If he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the former. This fielded right at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
That return, it will not be on the postseason highlight reel.
Ready up.
And the drive will start with a second down.
Come on.
Vic readies to throw. Going for the deep ball. No, Vic's throw intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer, Night Train Lane. And the Ravens are going to...
Might be a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
INT, it's Rodgers. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taysom Hill, 28 yards. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Forced out to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They go again to Tomlinson. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try to throw it here, Vic. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On play action. Vic. Under pressure. They got him again. DeMarcus Ware. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got him that 7-0 lead.
Of course they...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On play action, now Rodgers. Airing this one out for Evans. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Throwing now is Rodgers. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Deebo Samuel from a yard out. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This taken in at the goal line. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, is being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Tomlinson. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time. Oh, Vick's throw intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taysom Hill with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but well, let me finish. Okay. You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. You can go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Vick with the incompletion there on 3rd down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
60
Vick leaves it for Tomlinson. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 2nd and 9, Vick. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense.
Oh, and now Vick throwing another interception. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And he will bring this back. It's a With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Up to midfield. Mike Evans, he's going to go. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Ravens.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
A short kick taken at the 18. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is intercepted. Picked by Ted Hendricks. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Open man downfield is Hill. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
He's got him in, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Evans. A touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward is just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
He's going to let it go again. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a first and 10 all the way down at the 35. Dancing to his left. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin first and 10. Rodgers now on first down. And that is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it And that'll fall incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That's Samuel, caught left side.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He is going to find Hill here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Rodgers.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked by Ted Hendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now a first carry for their fullback. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16. From the 16, Rodgers. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Ted Hendricks.
And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Deebo Samuel, 58 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Carlson now to add the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Rodgers' throw taken in by Evans here.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. On play action, Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They give to Johnson going right. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Johnson.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
It's a pickup of 11 and a ball Baltimore first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons team.
And this is caught. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first-half lead. Rodgers will throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing is Rodgers. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Ahmad Gardner finishing off the corner blitz.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
1:50 left to go in the second quarter. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Taysom Hill, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Ravens just continue to roll.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track.
And touchdown! Randy Moss, 84 yards. And his guys are able to get a score back.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row, we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than
zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
There he goes, right side. 20, 10, 5, and in for the Ravens touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Ravens have taken a 5-touchdown lead. It's caught at the 1. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough, and that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
picked off by Kayvon Thibodeau.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So maybe some signs of life. This has been a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Now Rodgers to try again after the pick six. And Rodgers intercepted a third time.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they've been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick six.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue.
He's got a man, complete. Wow, first and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the button set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
On play action, now Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ted Hendricks making his presence felt.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. From 8 yards out. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers over the middle. That's caught by Taylor.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. They'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. From the 16, Rodgers. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Uses his stiff arm. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw, it's Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown. Keyshawn Johnson. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. They'll try and throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Again, it's Johnson. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Up the middle, Johnson. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Johnson again. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Chris Johnson taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try.
But they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none, because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Rodgers now on first down. He completes it to Evans. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. There's Evans again, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. That's going to be caught by Moss. Touchdown! Randy Moss, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Rodgers looking to throw. Screenplay, Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Airing this one out for Evans. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mike Evans, 63 yards. And the Ravens have opened up a 3-score lead as they pull away here in the 4th. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seems, oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken just shy of the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Rodgers now to throw. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it. One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He's going to float this one deep right side. And now here's another interception. Past the 20, 5, 10, the 20. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the
20-yard line. Rodgers throwing here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Right to the air is Rodgers. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete there to Smith. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Here's Rodgers. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have a Niners first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Mike Evans, 32 yards. And the 49ers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A give to LaDainian up the gut. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Brady. And he checks this one down to LT out of the backfield. Oh, he's got a little daylight. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Brady's throw complete there to Moore. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Brady going to try and throw on third down. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. Touchdown, Chargers. Herman Moore from 17 yards out.
And the Chargers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart, passed by.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A first down carry here for Johnson. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. 7-7, our score after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. 2nd and 6 from the 10. Smith, the man in motion left. To throw on 2nd and 6. Rodgers. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Taysom Hill from 10 yards out.
And the Niners have taken the lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Charger drive about to get going. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Sauce Gardner
able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
To give up the middle to Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll hand it off now. Johnson, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd. Touchdown 49ers! Aaron Rodgers, 3 for... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Ready to get us started here, Riley Patterson. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. Taken at the 15, a short kick. On play action, Rodgers. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On play action, now Rodgers. Airing this one out for Evans. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Now a 1st down throw, Warner. That is caught. It's Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st and 10, Warner. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
To throw on 2nd down, Warner. He's got a man, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. A play fake, now Warner. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. First carry for the 5-time Pro Bowler, LaDainian Tomlinson. That'll get him some. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, LaDainian Tomlinson. And he's going to be marked down short of the 1st down, right around the 17. On 4th down, Warner. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. Touchdown, Bills. Travis Kelsey from 17 yards out. And the Bills use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he returns this to the 22. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
On first down, Rodgers taking a shot for Samuel. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the big... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And off we go, and Madden Ultimate Team pulls it in at the 13. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they will wrangle him down a couple. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 20. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storyline.
Nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And he's going to be out of bounds across the... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Mahomes going to put it up right away. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Sauce Gardner In there to bury him for a loss of 11. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. He's got a man. Complete. He'll get this one way out just shy of the 45-yard line. Just like that, out of danger. Now past the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick.
And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Airing this one out for Evans. They've got his man, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
And the Vikings will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Brandon's just saying popular culture. This one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of that error. Their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. Finding space at the 40.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. Now Mahomes.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Again, it's Mahomes. And he wisely will throw that one away.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 1st and goal from the 6. They'll run with Cook. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. That's the Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor doing what he does best. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That time, 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal.
There's another example that playing football isn't strictly being physical. You got to think as well. Nice job reading his keys by the linebacker and going out in the open space when they dumped it to the back. He was able to make the play and stop him short of the goal line.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Randy Moss, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Graham Gano on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Steve Atwater with a pick. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Ware providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Offense set at the line for this next drive. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something, being shut out right now. He's got a man, complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. They're going deep for Hill. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taysom Hill as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, a full half to be played. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop trip.
That's caught at the 25. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. In motion left goes Smith. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Rodgers. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. The quick slant caught. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Johnson will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Carlson on for the PAT. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Deion Sanders on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
From the 22, Mahomes. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. DeMarcus Ware able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes got his man complete over the middle. It's caught. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
17 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the 8-time Pro Bowler, Steve Atwater. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On play action, Rodgers. And going deep for Hill. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Steve Atwater with a pick. take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover force, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick-6, fourth quarter, that is a game-changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they have to try and move past that pick-6 because now and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down, Rodgers. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action. Now Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Rob Woodson. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 for a Steeler touchdown. So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there. Turned it all around. Big moment.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. Fields this way up at the 17. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes
he's got a man complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Rod Woodson with a pick. And now off to the race. Right side. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. A fairly short kick from the 14. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 30.